There's no guesses where we're heading off today, is there?
We're going to Penfield.
We're not. We're going to Disneyland Paris. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you are a returning viewer. We love to see it. We join you from Manchester Airport on our way to Disneyland Paris for what is fast becoming our little Christmas tradition.
Now,
3 years on the run, we've gone to Disneyland Paris in November for the Christmas vibes, the Christmas feels, and it is absolutely magic. So every time we're like, oh, should we do it next year? It starts getting towards when we need to be booking it and we're like, oh, it was just so good, so magic. We've had a bit of a manic morning because the UK seems to have had a bit of an early winter cold spell. There's been some snow, some ice. The roads have been very icy this morning, so getting from Liverpool to Manchester this morning was a bit of a nightmare, wasn't it?
Mass production of traffic cones as well.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare, but we're here, we're checked in. We ended up getting here very early because we knew this weather was like this, we knew this would happen. So we set off nice and early, and we were even worried that we weren't going to be able to check in on time because EasyJet said check-in opens 2.5 hours before your flight. We were here 3.5 hours before our flight, I think, so we were like, oh, we might be waiting around for an hour, but they let us check in. We're through security, we're in front of duty free, which is my next stop, and we're enjoying a Starbucks.
Your pint's been
downgraded to a coffee. This is, to be fair, probably my last iced Starbucks until spring. I feel like if I'm getting a Starbucks in Disney over the next few days, it's going to be a hot one because it's going to be cold in Disneyland Paris.
2 degrees.
Yep, so I'm having my last iced one whilst I'm in the warm. But yeah, we're going for 4 nights. It's Wednesday the 20th of November today, and we're there till Sunday. We're staying in the Radisson Blu hotel, which we've stayed in before, which is a Disney affiliated or Friends of Disney or Friendly Neighbour hotel, but it's not a Disney hotel. But there are free shuttles. We'll show you that hotel, we'll give you our thoughts, but we are returning customers, so obviously we like the Radisson Blu. And yeah, we'll take you along for our travel day. You're starting to get into the travel day. It's been difficult to get into the travel day feels so far this morning, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been very, with the cats.
Yeah, we've been trying to sort the cats out, get them sorted for the house sitter that's coming to look after them, get the house all sorted, and obviously get ourselves to the airport in amongst the ice. So that's all been really fun. But we're through now. I can smell duty free, Dean.
That you can.
Starbucks is helping. It's time to chill out and go on holiday. This is hitting the spot very nicely, and I also got myself my favourite Starbucks snack. I don't tend to go for the pastries or the cakes. I really love these yogurts. They're probably full of just as much sugar as the cakes are. Well, yogurt and coffee are going down a treat. Well, the yogurt's gone down a treat. That is gone. You can see duty free behind me. I am going to go and take you for a nosy, but I'm under strict instructions by Dean that I am absolutely not allowed to buy anything because we are like, what, 4 weeks from Christmas? 5?
4.
Yeah, 4.5 weeks out from Christmas. I've been warned with stern eyes. No perfumes, no makeup. What about a new pair of Ray-Bans? Would I be able to buy them? I'm saying this like I've got any money to spend in there anyway.
You got enough sugar?
I do every Florida trip for the past 2 years. I've said I need to get some new sunglasses and I never find the right ones. But that's by the by. I don't actually have any money to spend in there. It's all gone on your Christmas presents. I don't think I actually said in the little intro either, if you are new here, my name's Kat. That's Dean, and we do travel vlogs, Disney vlogs, stuff like that. If you enjoy our company, then feel free to subscribe and stick around. We'd be happy to have you. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a nosy and duty free. Then we're gonna go through so that you can get your pint.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, sound like a plan? Okay, you stay here. I'll go and nosy through there. I also wouldn't mind getting either something else to eat other than the yogurt, or something to take on the plane. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a meal deal. What time is it? It's 10 to 12. What time do we fly?
20 past 2.
20 past 2. We're not exactly in the best terminal for this, are we? We're, well, we're not in the worst. We're in Terminal 1. So what time do we need to board? If it's 10 to 12, what time are we boarding? 1:40, is it?
10 to 2 or so.
We've got some time to kill, so let's go and kill some time. Oh, getting the smell of duty free now with all the fragrances. I am going to give myself a little spritz of Paco Rabanne Fame. My mum has this one, but I absolutely love it. There's a few new Lady Millions here. That's my favourite aftershave on Dean ever, 1 million. And my dad, I think my Andrew might have gifted them like the women's and the men's at the same time. Dad's got the silver robot, I'm pretty sure. And mum's got this one, but I've sprayed the intense one. Got to make it last. And Flower Bomb over here is my everyday perfume. It's what I tend to wear the most, so I'm not going to spray any of that. Went for something different. I personally don't tend to do too much sniffing of stuff in duty free because I get a headache, and a headache right before a flight is not for me. I'm going to have a look at what this gift of gold is. Looks like it's a little palette collection. 2 different palettes we've got there. And then these are the gift of gold brushes, apparently. Got a very funny shaped handle. I'll be honest, I don't really keep up with what MAC are doing at the minute. I have this. I bought it maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. And it looks less used than that. It's a highlighter, but I use it as a eyeshadow a lot of the time. Yeah, MAC, the only thing that's like a staple in my makeup bag now from MAC is Velvet Teddy lipstick. Other than that, I used to be a big MAC foundation girl, MAC powder, but now my foundation is actually Christian Dior Backstage. I don't think they'll have it in here. They haven't in the past anyway. Let's have a nosy. No. The Dior Forever is the more popular one, to be fair. But I like the Dior Backstage, personally. They use it on a lot of runways and stuff. So I'm told. But yeah, that's the foundation I tend to use now. It's Christian Dior, if anyone is interested. Okay, well apparently you're not allowed to film in duty free anymore, is what the woman said. It's a security issue. I don't really know how it's a security issue. I mean, they have people in there doing free shots to taste the whiskey, and they're concerned, I don't know, about me. I can understand through security and stuff like that. I totally get it. But do I want to drink? Yeah, maybe a Diet Coke, please. Weird that. I have never, ever, ever been told that you can't film. Anyway, we have come through to the food quarter. Dean's going to get his pints that he has to have whenever he's in the airport. I might go and get an upper crust. I seem to only ever get an upper crust when I'm in the airport. I'm looking very blonde in this light. I swear I'm not actually that blonde. Are you happy now?
Well, you can't fly.
What is it?
Madrid.
A Madrid? I thought you'd gone off Madrid.
No, I've not gone off it. Just,
You said to me I had too much of it.
Them, I just prefer others.
Current front winner is Cruz Campo, isn't it? What's the difference?
There is a difference.
What?
You'd know.
Okay. To me, beer is beer is beer is beer. I don't even know the difference between beer and lager or an IPA.
IPA is Indian Pale Ale. International Pale Ale, I'm sure.
Why would it be Indian Pale Ale? I know there's a lot of IPAs that aren't Indian. I do like a Madrid, I just couldn't have a whole one.
Another half one.
Well, I don't even. A few sips is nice, but don't know.
You said you could have a sip.
Me. Alright, Dean's just having a little look at our train that we're going to get from the Charles De Gaulle Airport to Disneyland Paris. So it's the Marne-La-Vallée-Chessy is the station that you want. You can literally book these on the train line.
So we land at like 4ish or 4:30. So
Any train's even sort of from 5 onwards really, isn't it?
so it's 2 adults.
2 adults.
You don't want to do return. You could do if you knew, like, but it's just the same price anyway. These are probably the ones we'll be getting around 20 past 6. So it's about £18 each.
£18 each. So that is much better than when I've been quoted like an Uber.
€90.
And it takes a lot longer. So that it's actually a commuter train, isn't it really, that goes to... Where does it go to?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
They go to different places. Some of them go to like Bordeaux and stuff, don't they?
Marseille and that, yeah.
And it's like a 7-minute, 9-minute train, isn't it?
Just one stop.
Yeah, one stop, just from Charles de Gaulle to the Marne-La-Vallée-Chessy.
So your tickets on there.
Well, we'll have a look how much it is to buy in the station. We'll have a little comparison. So that's £38 for the two of us, just one way.
Just one way, yeah.
You have to factor that in. So you're looking at roughly about £40 per person return to get the train from the airport to Disneyland Paris. But if you're looking at Ubers or shuttles, you'll struggle to beat that price really. But we'll have a look how much it is. We'll try anyway to see how much it is to buy the ticket at the station. Try and see. It's easier said than done. That train station is very French. Surprisingly, given that it's in Paris.
If you know where you're going, it's very easy. But if you're like a first timer there, it's a bit like...
Yeah, so we will do our best to show you.
Plus there's a north side and a south side.
Yeah. It's almost like if you put Lime Street or Manchester Piccadilly attached to this. Like imagine Euston or Manchester Piccadilly or something like that. Yeah. It's that size of train station attached to the airport. Certainly doesn't feel like it right now, but it's a proper crisp winter's day. Looks like the ice is finally going to be melting, which is a bit of a shame because I kind of wanted to see all the white fields and stuff, you know, when you take off.
I'm sure some of them, you'll see some of them still, like the hills.
I think.
Did you not see the hills like when we were driving?
Yeah, they're the peaks, aren't they? But I'm not sure. Was this nice?
Yeah. You tempted?
I really would be if it was just lettuce. Like I love coronation chicken, but I always have it with like lettuce and cucumber. I'm not a big fan of spinach.
Christmas wrap in there.
A Christmas wrap.
Chicken and cranberry and...
See, my thing with the Christmas sandwiches and the Christmas wraps, right? They often put bacon on them.
There's no bacon on them.
I do like a turkey stuffing and cranberry sauce sandwich, but I've just had me upper crust. I might get a bag of crisps and a drink for the plane. I've got some sweeties in the suitcase already. Saved ourselves some money there. Okay, we are boarding. So it's time to... That went quite fast actually, to be fair, Dean, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not too bad.
safety card in your seat pocket before takeoff. It contains important safety information specific to this aircraft.
Dean, the moving walkway exit is approaching. Please watch your step. Okay, we've made it through. We waited 0 minutes for passport control. I've just been to use the toilet. Dean's waiting for the case. Now we do bring a case. We did EasyJet speedy boarding, which meant we got our cabin bags, and we paid for a 20 kilo case, just because we find that coming this time of year you need so much bulky stuff, like your jumpers, your coats, your waterproof, all your thermal layers and everything like that. So we just book a case, and then it also means that we've got space to bring stuff back. Yeah, so we've got a case to wait for, and then we'll just head straight to the train station, catch the train, 7 minutes, and we're at Disneyland Paris. You get a flight then? So what time is it? You were saying we were going to be getting the 6 o'clock train, but is it 4 o'clock, or has my watch not gone forward? Okay, so we might be getting like the 4:30 train, 5:30 train?
I don't think that is.
Oh.
Yeah, the next one is 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So you were right then. But we've had times where we've been in quite a queue at that passport control, haven't we? And today was, I don't know whether it's because they've installed the electronic ones or what.
It was manned last time, if you remember, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's our train, all booked. And there's our case. Okay, so we've got 55 minutes to make our way over to the train station. No massive rush, nice and chill. Let me tell you, this airport compared to Manchester, I know it's kind of like comparing, it's more comparable to like Heathrow in size, but it's just a different league. So if you are getting the train, obviously once you land, come to arrivals, you're just going to follow the signs for the train station. They're very obvious. You don't actually leave the building at any point. You can if you want to. There are exits there if you want to pop out for a smoke or a vape or anything before you head down there, but you're just going to follow these signs for the train station. It is a little bit of a hike from where EasyJet land anyway. Yeah, maybe about a 10-minute walk. Not too bad really, and you're in the warm, so. These are actually flight departures, not train departures, Dean, like you thought last time. So if you're going to Paris, that one. Disneyland Paris though is this way, and bear in mind that your train isn't going to say that it's for Marne-La-Vallée-Chessy. It's going to be to somewhere else, stopping there. So but yeah, our 6 o'clock train is delayed by 15 minutes. Not a massive deal, a little bit annoying, but
and the numbers, the top two there, it's got like 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Like
oh, that's the platform.
So like to your left here, that's where it's like there's 3, 5.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we need to try and find out how much a ticket is if you was to just buy a ticket. If you can see a ticket office and just ask them. It can be a bit confusing when you come down here, but you're heading for the main lines basically if you go into Disneyland Paris. Now we will try and find out for you. Oh, here we get the tickets. We'll try and find out how much a ticket is if you just sort of come here and buy it. Because it could be that there's not much price difference. English, buy a ticket, leave now, continue without logging in to Disneyland Paris, the most popular one. Single, 2 people, no reduction. No reduction. What is it coming up as? So there's our 6 o'clock train. 44. It's about the same then. We paid £38 for the 2 of us. So I did do a little exchange on the Google exchange rate, and it comes out as what we paid was €46. So it's actually €2 cheaper, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things is neither here nor there. But maybe then the advice would be for people to, when you get here, get into the train station, have a little look how much is the ticket. Yeah, don't pre-book it, because if you've got a flight delay, if you've got
you got lucky
a big
2 years ago where I could use a different app.
We used the French app, didn't we? Like the SNCF actual app.
Change the time on it.
Yeah. And there's a little hint for you. The SNCF app did let us amend our booking free of charge back in 2022, because we would have been waiting an hour and a half simply because we just pre-booked and gave ourselves way too much time to get our cases and get down here to be on the safe side. So yeah, just don't panic about it. It's not going to sell out. They're commuter trains. You're looking at trains that like would run Liverpool to Manchester, and you know they run every half an hour, every hour. They're not going to sell out. You don't need to panic and get your seat booked on it or anything like that. If you don't have a seat, it's 9 minutes. So
you'll sit in the air.
Yeah, we tend to sit in the little vestibule bit, don't we? So yeah, just book it when you get here. Don't panic about it. That's my biggest piece of advice, because you'll end up playing it safe and you'll give yourself plenty of time to get down here. And if all things being well, like today, like no queue for security, 5-minute wait for our case, you're going to end up waiting around for no reason when you could have got an earlier train. Or if you unfortunately get delayed in some way, you're going to end up missing your train and paying for another one. So just book it when you're here and you're ready to board the train, is my advice. They seem to, and it's not even just the Montpellier train that stops there. The Bordeaux train stops there. The Lille train seems to stop there, I think. Definitely the Bordeaux Saint Jean train does. Possibly the Lille, because it's literally just one stop out from here. So most of them seem to just stop there before going.
It says what the stations to stop at as well.
It does, yeah, it does. It's really easy, guys, honestly. I would not, if it wasn't this easy, we wouldn't have done it 3 times running. We'd have just ended up paying for an Uber or something. It's dead easy. Cold. Well, I've just gone on the weather app. There's a severe snow and ice warning from midnight tonight.
What are they called? Nunchucks.
On nunchucks. Crampons.
Crampons.
Well, I did wear my Chelsea boot wellies because it was predicted snow. So I've got one pair of trainers and my wellies that kind of look like Chelsea boots.
I've bought my Crocs.
You don't own Crocs because you think you're too cool for them. So imagine if it snows at Disneyland tomorrow.
Will it be open?
Yes, of course it'll be open. If it snows, I don't think it's going to be like, you know, 2 foot of snow.
No, not like a light sprinkle.
But that would be a tick off my bucket list, Disney in the snow. Real snow.
You need the snow.
Won't need the snow. True, real snow. If it sticks for a good few hours, I'll be happy. It's all I want.
All the Christmas songs going down.
Christmas songs, snowing.
Whip song.
I'll be happy with that. A few hours of snow.
The trains are about to enter the station.
Got our little spot in the vestibule. Well, it's warm in there. We're not exactly toasty because this door's open, but everything was going a little bit too smoothly until this delay, I feel. Although no, to be fair, we had a manic morning with the ice and the traffic, so yeah, this delay has kind of slowed us down a little bit, but it's not a drama. We've got nowhere to be exactly. Our tickets don't start till tomorrow, so the only place we've got to be is checking in and going down to the pizzeria. The train left at bang on 18:25, so it was exactly 25 minutes delayed. So I'll let you know at what time we pull in. We already seem to be slowing down a little bit. It's 18:32, so currently on 7 minutes. 2 minutes away, 9 minutes. And just like that, at 6:36, so maybe 11 minutes, we've arrived. And right outside this station is Disneyland Paris. We've arrived. Now, if I could give you one little piece of advice to remember, is that Disney do not own this train station. Around the train station and things, it's not Disney's property. Disney aren't gonna sort of regulate these things. You are gonna get people looking to take advantage of the tourists, selling things, trying to get you into their taxis, looking for opportunities to steal, pickpockets, things like that. So that's my biggest piece of advice. Then we're gonna walk out this way. And right there is your Disney Village. There used to be Planet Hollywood lit up, but it's not there anymore, it's gone. You've got the New York Hotel lit up red over there. So you are very close to Disney, but you're currently not in Disney where we are right now. So the taxi drivers aren't going to have that Disney attitude sometimes. A lot of them will be lovely, but we have had people try and take advantage. You'll get the usual activities that you would in any tourist hotspot, basically. And if you are staying in a hotel that has a free Disney shuttle, like us, you're going to get them. That's the train station right there. You're going to sort of cross over. There's a huge bus rank. And you're going to find which station corresponds to your hotel. So the Disney buses leave from here, go into like the New York, Newport Bay. I've forgotten any other Disney hotels. What's the cars one called? Santa Fe. There we go. They're all going to leave from here. But the sort of Disney friendly neighbours ones also leave. It is going to tell you on these little signs. And the Radisson Blu is the same bus stop as last time. Dean remembered it was P. We were hoping it hadn't changed, and it hasn't. And it's going to tell you the times here. Oh, sort of every 30 minutes normally, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I bet you we've just missed one.
4 minutes.
4 minutes? What timing? Do you remember the app? You could follow it.
Yeah,
There was a QR code, wasn't there?
Can't see it.
Oh, that's annoying. There used to be a QR code and you could watch it, how far away it was. So this stop is also for...
18:40. It's every half hour. It's one at 18:45.
And when's the last one?
Going towards the hotels.
If the Disney closing time is 8.
9:15.
9:15. Bus stop P also services Radisson Blu, the Marriott shuttle bus, Stay City, and Horace Navette. Space, I don't know, not sure. Services a few things, but it will basically tell you up here on each one. It's a shame there's not a big board like right by the station. As far as we've been able to find, there should be just a big board at the start of these bus stops that tells you A to whatever it is, Q, who's stopping where. It's also worth bearing in mind that some of these sort of more budget hotels do share a shuttle service with each other. So the Radisson Blu bus is purely for the Radisson Blu, so we're only going to be fighting to get on that bus with other people from Radisson Blu. But we have stayed in other hotels, the B&B, and that shared a shuttle with Dream Castle, possibly the Campanile, a few others. And at the end of the night, when everyone wants to get that bus home, there was actual fights over who was first in line to get on the bus, wasn't there? So yeah, just bear it in mind. Some of them do share, some of them do get very busy, but they are free shuttles after all, and you can always get an Uber. I think we did end up getting an Uber quite a lot that time when we were at the B&B, because we'd get to the bus stop and the queue, you knew you were going to be waiting 3 or 4 buses. And here we are, Radisson Blu. It does just say special on the front. Special just for us, Dean. Thanks. Oh God. There was no waiting for us to take our seats, was there? I should have left my gloves out of my suitcase to put on because my hands... Oh. So we can time how long it takes the bus then, Dean. 6:51 it is. We'll time the bus. How long does it take? I think is it about 15, 20? literally 10 minutes later, we are here. Oh, look, they've got a Christmas tree up here this time. Oh, well, look at this for a welcome. Last time we were here, it was early November, it must have been too early for them to have their Christmas decks up. But that is quite a welcome. They've got the fire on. Oh, it's so cozy. I can't wait to come down now and get pizza. They do the best pizzas in this little bar over here, or they did last year. Hopefully they still do. Look at that. So warm. And then they've even got like Christmassy throws on the chairs. Oh, it's so cozy in here. Obsessed. I am obsessed with it. Oh. Dean's just in the queue to check in, so I'll go and join him. And I remember these from last year and I really like them.
Too many of them last year.
Alright, I did do a full tour last time we were here, but I never actually uploaded it. But I will probably use footage from that trip and this trip and do like a separate full review tour of the hotel. But just quickly, you get the 2 single beds pushed together to make one big king size bed. This I think does fold out into a pull out bed if you need it. This time we have got a view of the car park.
You see the Disney, the New York hotel.
Yeah, you can see the New York hotel, but you can't see any of actual Disney. We were looking out the back last time, weren't we?
Yeah, had a good view last time.
Yeah, we did. Okay, you do get a nice big wardrobe area, so you get a safe. Might be big enough for a small laptop. Some shelving, drawers, things like that. And then you get some hanging space, a spare pillow, always comes in handy, and an ironing board and an iron, and a rack for your suitcase. Not loads of hangers, but enough. And some more hanging space there, but again with no hangers, which doesn't make that much sense. And then in here, we have the bathroom. So you've got your shower, toilet, double sinks, me. You have got a hairdryer, but I have brought one with me this time. It's a decent sized bathroom, and you do have body wash, shampoo and conditioner if you've not brought them with you. Towels, they're a bit limp, they could definitely be fluffier, but you know. You do also have a magnifying mirror here. See all of your pores and spots. Okay, we've had a little bit of an unpack. A little bit, just so that we can, you know, put the cases away in the corner. There's lots of storage. I mean, this could be better designed, maybe. This, maybe more shelves in here. Some jumpers and leggings, underwear. And then a prime shelf is taken up by the safe. That's like prime shelving real estate right there. Yeah. Anyway, it's not a drama. I'm sure we'll survive for 5 days. Hey, Dean. So the plan is to go and get some pizza. It didn't seem like maybe they don't do the pizza anymore.
Well, we can go and have a look, can't we?
I really hope they do, because it was very good pizza and it was served in that cozy bar that I was showing you. I'm eating some Tangfastics. Let's go and get some pizza. Oh, that door is heavy. Here's a good oil. We are right by the lifts and the water there, which is good. Okay, so the menu is pretty much the same. The only issue is they're not currently doing the food out here. He said sometimes if they're not busy, or if they are busy, or maybe it's when it's a bit earlier before the restaurant opens. Does the restaurant open at 7?
From 7 till 10:30.
So maybe if it's pre-7,
Yeah.
that's when you can get the pizzas out here and stuff. I just love sitting out here. Like, the warmth of the fire is really getting me. We'll come back out here for a drink, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a pina colada on the menu. Okay, so the restaurant is called Notre Table. And it is literally just around the corner from the bar. It's very nice and chilled in there. I'm not going to film everyone eating, but this is your menu. Well, that's drinks. Go on, flick back over. I'll probably be able to film it inside. Anyway, I'm dying for a pizza now that we've been talking about it so much. I feel like this was the exact place that we sat last time. Now, I got the hummus last time, if you remember.
Isn't it massive?
Yeah, it was massive. The vegetable soup sounds nice. Oh, mashed potatoes. This is definitely mashed potato weather. Okay, we've had a change of tables only because a family came in with a lot of kids that were very excited to be at Disney, and they were being quite noisy, and it's been a long day for us, hasn't it? So we just asked nicely if we could just be moved to a quieter table, and it wasn't a problem because there's lots of available tables. You got a burger on the way.
A burger.
He's having a pint. I'm having a Coke. And we've also got some bread. I wish there was some butter though.
I know, it's a bit random, isn't it?
Look at that. Beautiful. I've already started on my pizza. I'm sorry. I'm so hungry. You know when it hits you all at once, your hunger. Absolutely starving. We need to look back at last year's vlogs and see whether there was pepperoni on the pizza or not.
I swear there was.
Margarita's not my favourite because it's a bit boring. Okay, I was actually defeated. The problem was they brought the bread over, and pizza's very bready anyway. Dean almost finished his burger. Oh, come on. You could have finished that off. Now, I did see a cheeky little apple tart on the menu. Dean loves a tart, don't you? There was an apple tart on the menu with like salted caramel, butter and vanilla ice cream. Sounded good. No, don't fancy it? Okay then. Just me. I always get paranoid when I vlog after I've eaten that I've got like food in my teeth. I need to get in the habit of checking before I press record. Might be an idea, guys, mightn't it? I also feel a little bit out of place sat in a restaurant wearing like this.
Everyone walking in has got Disney.
Yeah, no, to be fair. There's a bit of a queue for a table now because it's 9 PM and the park's closed at 8, so everyone's got out the parks, got home, wants feeding. So we definitely snuck in at the right time. I have still got to do me half an hour walk on a treadmill yet. If anyone isn't aware of this, last April, I want to say, April 2023, on the run up to a Florida trip, I was like, right, okay, for the next month before I go to Florida, I am going to make sure I do at least 10k steps a day. And I did it. And we are now 544 days later, and I've still not missed a day where I've hit 10,000 steps. So I'm currently on 6,700, so I've still got like 3,000 left to do. And if I want to complete a certain challenge on Garmin, that's what I've got, is a Garmin watch. I need to do a 30-minute activity today and then I complete a challenge. This is it, basically, if you make fitness into a game, if you like make things into like a game, collect things like badges, challenge points, blah blah blah. So yes, if you're wondering why at 9 o'clock at night I'm like, oh, half an hour on the treadmill, that's got to be done. It's because I need to finish my steps. Do you know what I've found? I found this on Florida Travel Day as well. When you're walking along with your push along suitcase and your hand on the handle, it doesn't count your steps. And people will be like, oh, well, push it with your other hand then so that it does. But I'm usually vlogging with my other hand.
No, I've only done 4,000.
Yeah, you haven't though. You've done more than that, but because you're pulling a suitcase, it's the same with supermarket trolleys. The other day I had to go into Tesco and I had like 1,000 steps left to do. And I thought, oh, I'll do these in Tesco, like the big Tesco. Parked far away from the door. So there was like steps to get into Tesco. That killed off about 200 steps. Then I gained maybe like 50 or 100 steps in Tesco. And I was like, that cannot be possible. It's because if you're pushing a pram or a trolley or a suitcase, I tell you now, they don't get counted. So I've probably already completed my steps for today, but Garmin says no. And Garmin gets the final say on it because it's Garmin that gives me the streak and the challenge badges, etc, etc. I'd also like everyone to note that I have not lost a single pound since doing the 10k steps a day. It's purely, I mean, I was hoping that might happen, but it hasn't. It's a mental health thing at this point now. It helps me mentally. I highly recommend give it a go. It doesn't have to be 10k steps a day, but just get out there for half an hour, 40 minutes, clear your head, listen to something educational or funny, or I quite like a Diary of a CEO podcast. I've learned quite a lot from that. I like the Help I Sexted My Boss podcast because it's hilarious. I'm trying to think what others. Grace Beverly's podcast, I like that one. Call Her Daddy, I like that one. There's lots. I like the educational ones though. I feel like you can go out, clear your head and learn something at the same time. Dean talked me out of the apple tart and he's just been and paid the bill and says it was €50. Was that with tip? No. That seems...
20. Your pizza was like 19.
Oh, it doesn't tell you a breakdown.
Seems about right.
25 each for a pizza and a Coke. It's a bit steep. Steeper than what I remember it being. I don't know. Anyway, let's go. Okay, it turns out that the gym is closed. So that means I'm going for a walk outside. The whole wellness centre, pool, gym, everything is all closed. So luckily there's quite a big car park and it's well lit. This is dedication, guys. Okay, well, I did my walk. I ended up just sort of doing 3 big laps of the property of the hotel. Just don't ask. It's dedication to the cause, okay? It's got a big car park. It's got nice grounds with like a jogging path at the back that was actually quite well lit. So I did the walk. That's all that matters. I did my 30 minutes for 30 days challenge, so don't need to worry about that tomorrow. And I don't think steps will be an issue for the next 4 days, do you, Dean?
No.
I somehow think that we should be okay with for steps. So yes, we got that all sorted. And looking at the forecast, someone's ready for sleep. Looking at the forecast, it really looks like if things go as predicted currently, we've really lucked out. So we've been watching the forecast. As soon as you can get the 2-week forecast, I start looking for Disneyland Paris because it like the weather can sort of make or break your trip, in my opinion here. So when we came in 2022, we had those crisp, sunny winter days where it was blue sky but crisp and drinking hot chocolates and stuff, and it was the Christmas magic, and it really made the trip. And then last year it wasn't horrendous weather, but it was miserable a couple of the days, raining. Then it's once you're wet, you're colder, and it just didn't quite have the same like, oh my god, what an incredible trip. I think partly because of the weather, also because they weren't celebrating the 30th anymore. And we only got 1 day of Christmas and things like that. But the weather has a big effect. You know, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothes, definitely. But riding Big Thunder Mountain in the pouring rain and wind versus riding it in the sunshine is a different experience. So we've been watching the weather, and it's been a real mixed bag, hasn't it? Like overcast, which we're fine with, sunny and clouds, a day of rain and a day of wind. So like all the weathers across the 4 or 5 days. Thursday went from rain for most of the day to just a couple of hours of rain to a few hours of snow. At dinner it said there was going to be 71 millimetres, so 7 centimetres of snow. Now it's gone up to 90 millimetres, Dean. So 9 centimetres of snow. Basically from 11 till 7 p.m. it's meant to snow. And then the rest of the days, Friday cloudy, Saturday cloudy, Sunday rainy, not rainy, windy. Which if it's bitingly cold and windy, would be like that would take it out of you. But it's actually meant to go really mild on Sunday, like 14-15 degrees mild. So if it's windy and mild, that won't be too bad. And also Sunday we do only really have a half day. So what do you say to that, Dean? 9 centimetres of snow.
You're getting hit with a snowball.
If I get to see a white Disney Christmas, I can't tell you, that would be so cool. Every time it snows at Disneyland Paris and I see it on social media, I'm like, oh, I would just love to see it. Even if it's just a sprinkling. So anyway, long story short, we're predicted clouds but snow tomorrow. It's going to be cold, but it's going to be magic if it snows. Oh, magic. But anyway, that is going to conclude our travel day. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our Disney snow day if it happens. Or I need to stop talking about it, but this is like the prediction, like 12 hours ahead of time now. The nearer it gets, the more accurate it's got to be, surely. Oh my God. And there's a severe weather warning for snow and ice in place as well for the Paris area. So, yeah, make sure you tune in so you don't miss. Find out whether we do get that snow. And find out how does Disney handle it? Like, you know, the shuttle buses and all that stuff. France, not just Disney, France. Are the roads all going to be affected and things? We should already be in the parks by the time it starts snowing, so shouldn't be a massive issue. But yeah, thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our travel day. I hope I gave you some good hints and tips if you are going to fly to Disneyland Paris. I know a lot of people from Southern England get the train, but if you're going to fly to Charles De Gaulle and then you're gonna get the train rather than Uber, which is definitely what we would recommend. We had a slight delay today, but nothing major, and we definitely saved some pennies by getting the train. So I hope I gave you some hints and tips, and sort of if you've not done it before, you know a little bit more about what to expect. Definitely don't pre-book your train. And yeah, we will see you in the next video. Good night, guys. Can you say good night, Dean? Good night.